Hi, everyone. Welcome to Loomly, and thanks for joining us today. Today, we'll be covering advanced collaboration in our webinar. You'll learn everything about collaborating with your team within Loomly. If you have any questions throughout the webinar, please ask in the Q&A section in Box and Zoom, and my colleague Amanda will be answering your questions as we go. So let's dive in. Let's begin by reviewing the different roles you can assign your collaborators in Loomly. So when you invite a collaborator to join a calendar, you can assign them a role. Loomly comes with 5 default roles: owner, editor, client, contributor, and viewer. Now, the owner role is automatically given to the user who creates the calendar. That gives them the full permissions in terms of content and user management. The editor role also has full permissions as far as content management and collaboration goes. They can invite other collaborators and modify the roles of other users, but they can't manage the ownership of the calendar. The client role has limited permissions for content management. They're only allowed to view and delete. However, they have full permissions in terms of collaboration, so they can assign, update the post state, schedule, comment, all that. They also have limited user management permissions, as they can only invite collaborators. The contributor role has limited permissions in terms of content management, as they can only create, edit, and view. They can also collaborate in Loomly by commenting and assigning and submitting posts for approval. They can't invite any new users to the calendar, though. And lastly, the viewer role only has permission to view posts and collaborate by making comments. They're not allowed to invite any users to the calendar either. We also offer custom roles. These allow you to make your tailor-made set of permissions for each of your team members in a more granular and flexible way. Let's take a look at that. Now, you can invite collaborators to Loomly from each of your calendars. You can do this by clicking on the Invite Collaborators option. It's in this drop-down menu here on the right side of your toolbar. Now, if you want to invite somebody using a custom role, you have to create that role first. That way you can select it when you want to invite them. You can create your role here in the Roles tab, and you would click Add Custom Role here. Now here's where you can name it, and you'll also see all the different permissions that you can create for this role. I have the writer role already created here. So I'm going to go back to collaborators, and I'm going to invite my collaborator. Here's where I choose that role, and I can send that invite. Awesome. So because my manager already has a Loomly account, they'll pop up. But if it was sending them an invite, you'd see here that the invitation was pending. Now, I also have a quick tip for you. The user management panel in the billing tab of your account settings provides an overview of the users on your plan, so you can manage them all in one place. That's in your account settings, so you can get there going to account. We go to account settings. We go to the billing tab. And then we have manage users here. So you can invite users, grant them access to other calendars, update their role in each calendar, and you can remove them from the subscription all right here. Here's how you can remove them. Here's how you can edit them. And you can also choose which calendar, just like before, that you want to invite users to. Now let's take a look at the Loomly collaboration workflow. We offer approval workflows, which allow you to get approval from your team in one place. You can streamline content creation and the approval process, helps you reduce errors, limit liability, and publish quality content faster. It also helps with your brand consistency as well. You can find all of our approval workflow options and adjust the settings in your calendar settings. I'll show you where that is. So we'll go back to our calendar here. We're working in the webinar calendar. Calendar settings is up here. And now we can go over to our workflow. Workflow type. And here's what we'll see what we have. Loomly offers 4 different workflow options. And this kind of determines how the post is created from start to finish. Now, the original workflow is ideal for larger teams if multiple people need to approve or review posts. The light workflow is best suited for smaller teams if there's only one person that needs to approve the post. The zero workflow is perfect if you're a solo user. Since you're the only one that needs to approve, there's no real approval needed. And then our custom workflow is the way you need to go if you want to automate your team's workflow based on your specific needs. You can create collaborator assignments and like a postcard. Wait, sorry. You can create collaborator assignments for specific post states, and you can consolidate your approval with conditional guards. Now, assignment triggers up here, this lets you define a set of collaborators who will be automatically assigned to the post whenever they reach a given state. For example, you can create a trigger that automatically assigns your manager or your client to posts that are pending approval, rather than you doing it manually. That's what I have set up here. You'll see that when the state is pending approval, Jamaly will automatically be added to the assignment. So if one person's assigned, it won't replace them altogether, but it will add my assignment as well. Now, state guards allow you to specify a set of collaborators who need to take action on the post before it can go to the next state. For example, you can create a guard that requires your manager or a client to be approved it before the post can be scheduled. So that's what I have here. I have here that this needs to be approved before it can move to the next state by me. And the only person that can override this would be me. So nobody can change the post to scheduled without it first being approved by me. Now, consistent with all the other features in Loomly, you can select a different workflow for each of your calendars. So if you have different clients or different brands that have different workflows, that's perfect. You can set it up per calendar as you need in Loomly. Now we can take a deeper look at our advanced collaboration integrations. Our Slack integration is extremely helpful as you can receive Loomly's notifications in any private or public channel. You can even get direct messages to yourself. That way you never miss a beat on any updates. You can also do the same with Microsoft Teams. You can receive all your notifications in a workspace. These two integrations allow you to receive notifications in Loomly when a collaborator requests approval, approves a post, requires edits, schedules, or publishes a post. You can also get them when they assign a post to you or when they leave a comment or @mention you. You'll also can get notifications when a post needs to be published or if publishing has failed. You can manage all of the notifications from your account settings. Notifications are on the account level, so each individual can update them as they wish. Since they're account settings, we'll go up here. We'll go to our notifications tab, and it's also broken up by calendar. We'll go to our Loomly webinar calendar. Here's where we can see that I have my Slack and my Microsoft Teams connected. If I wanted to refresh the connection or disconnect, I can do that here. Here is where you can define the frequency of your notifications or completely deactivate them. You can also manage your email notifications, your push notifications, as well as for Slack and Microsoft. Now, an important part when creating content is how you manage those visual assets. The Loomly's library is here for you there. Loomly's library allows you to seamlessly manage your content, and I'll show you how. Let's go back to our calendar. And here's where we get to our library. Now, in the library, you can organize all your digital assets. You can upload as many media files as you need. You can even create posts from the assets. You can also collaborate with your team on these assets here too. All you'd have to do is copy the file URL and share it so your team will be able to pull up the asset view where they can track the history, edit metadata, and even more. Here's the view that they'll see when they follow that link. Here's where you can create a post. You can leave notes. You can see some great information, and you also have other options. A quick link to copy the post is here as well. Now, we also have a two-way integration with Canva. You can quickly import any visuals that you have to the Loomly library where you can edit and optimize them, then export the designs. After that, you can schedule the post on any social media channel with any specific details that you need. I can quickly show you how that works. Here you can see all of our candles, all of our calendars that we have available. So the one that we've been working in is the Loomly calendar. And we'll see that all of the other content that I had is there. Here I can just export my design. Takes a little bit. Once it's done processing, we should see it pop up right in our library. Awesome. It lets us know. Let's go back. If I refresh the page, boom, just like that. My design from Canva is right over. Now, doing social media is also doing it right when you're engaging with your audience. To do so, you can use our interactions management tool to reply to private messages, comments, mentions, and more. You can efficiently manage your interactions with your team by assigning states, assigning collaborators to them, and filtering interactions by the assignee. And you can also create saved replies. This will help streamline your social media engagement. For instance, I'll show you how you can assign them to your collaborators. Right here, we have a comment here. We can see that it's assigned to nobody. I can go and I can assign that to myself if I'd like. We also have save replies. They commented, they said, so cool. I have save replies here. I have a thanks one that I can use. Boom. Hi there. Thanks so much for the kind words. Reply. So not only are you able to see who's replied to a specific interaction, but you can also filter interactions by the assignee to see who else has been assigned to it. So all the ones that have been assigned to me will pop up there. Additionally, you can get an overview of all your activities by using our content export feature. When it's necessary, you can take the collaboration offline to see these your content features. So we'll go here. You're able to export content from the calendar view, the list view, and post view as PDF files. Each of these views will also include the labels, so you can easily identify which post belongs to which campaign. So this is where we're going to be able to export. You can see it here in calendar view. You'll see it here in list view. And then I remembered that I mentioned that you'll be able to export the labels as well. Here's what we call post view. And when you export, you'll be able to see all of the labels that are there with your content as well. You can also export advanced analytics as a PDF or a CSV file. We just go over to our analytics tab here. It looks similar. And you'll see all your options. You can include all the reports and pick your format. You can also schedule reports to be sent automatically on a weekly or a monthly basis to up to 25 recipients. It's right underneath. You'll schedule that PDF report. You can add the recipients and also decide your cadence. Finally, let's take a look at custom branding. You can make Loomly yours with custom branding. Custom branding allows you to choose a custom subdomain. So if my business name was Jamaly, it would be at jamaly.myloomly.com. You can also add a custom logo, so you'll replace the Loomly logo with your own. It'll also show up on all your content exports that we just went over. All the PDFs will show your branded logo as well. And then you also will have a custom photo icon. This will help build your consistency in your brand since you'll have a branded icon throughout the entire website. This feature is ideal if you want your team or your clients to work under a branded platform with your own logo. And that's it. That's a wrap for today's webinar. Thanks so much for joining us. If you have any questions or suggestions, please don't hesitate to review our FAQ section for more information. If you feel like your question hasn't been answered, don't hesitate to contact us at contact@loomly.com, where we'll be able to help you through chat or email. Thanks again for your time. Have a great day.